The VL Orion is it's what we call a spider style paintball gun. It's spider style paintball guns are probably the most basic entry level paintball guns you can get, and these type of spider cones are fairly easy to maintain. Generally speaking, all you really need to do, assuming it's not leaking or anything, is to lube the bolt and then run some oil through here in order to just keep the gun working fine. And rest of it is clean. In order to do that, for today, what we're going to do is run some, take out the bolt so we can lube it, and then afterward we're going to run some oil through here using a tank. The tools you need is barrel swab, a towel for cleaning, a paintball oil. What I have today is a Gold Cup lubricant, great, very cheap. A metric hex wrench set. For spider style paintball guns, generally speaking, they're metric. And in case you need to replace any O-rings, a bag of number 15 O-rings, also called tank O-rings. Alright, to start, you want to take out your barrel. Make sure it's clear. This one have a paintball stuck in it still. So take a cotton swab and give it nice cleaning. There you go. Put these aside. Alright, now you need to take out the bolt and the strikers. To do that, you could just remove it, but you risk the chance of breaking the O-rings in here. The better way, in my opinion, is to remove these two screws right here first. That way you remove the trigger and then you make sure nothing gets caught. What you need is a number. It's the 3mm hex wrench. And just take the screws out. If you're maintaining a very old gun and these screws won't come off, get some WD-30 and spray the screws a little bit, and after a few minutes you come right off. So I take out these two screws. Now the trigger just comes right off. Now what you do is take out, while holding this part, because you would pop out, take out this pin right here, and then everything just comes right off. Alright? Right here. Here's all the guts of your gun. And try to remember how they look and their orientation, so when you put it back in, you won't mess up anything. Alright, so the first thing you should do is look through the gun and check to see if it's dirty. If it is, clean it up with your barrel swab. Also check the hammer, because that part can get dirty too. That looks fine. Alright. Alright. Next you look through the guts, the hammer, striker. Just wipe it with your towel. Get it nice and clean. Get rid of all the old oil, old paint, and etc. Check the O-rings to make sure they're not broken and will cause any leaks. Alright. After you've done that, just put a drop of oil on each O-ring and spread it around. And a drop right here too. Spread it around. Alright. Then you can put the gun back together. Pin right here. Alright, this will go in smoothly. And put in the rubber guard. Put everything else in. And line up this part so you can put it in the pin. And that's it. You can make sure everything looks fine. And then put the screws back on. Get them nice and tight, or else the screws will eventually come loose. And I have lost screws on the field before, and you don't want that happening while you're playing a game. Cock it, just to make sure it shoots fine. Alright, and before you put the barrel back on, what I like to do is run some oil through the rest of the gun just to make sure the O-rings inside internals right here is well lubed. To do that, take a tank that's filled, add some oil into the ASA, a few drops. Don't worry, it's perfectly safe, as long as you don't put oil into the tank itself. And cock the gun. This part can get pretty loud. Alright. Safety off. Alright. Put a rag over the gun. Shoot about 10 times. And now your gun is of course, put your barrel back on. I suggest putting your barrel back on after you run oil through your gun, or else your barrel will get oily and then your shot will be terrible. But there you go, easy maintenance.